My name is Godwin, and as the title says, I'm an actuarial advisor. I love risk and measuring it, and also finding ways to mitigate it. So the first thing that we are supposed to do almost every day as an actuary is you got to check your emails. So our mandates change probably from like minute by minute or hour by hour, depending on what the company is facing. So as I said, we manage and also we measure risk.
Right.
So most of the time, I am a consultant to the company that I'm working for. So in that aspect, I then I have to come to them with different solutions.
Right.
Let's say most of the time, most people know us in the insurance business, let's say auto insurance.
Right.
So let's say in Edmonton, if there's a heavy snowfall, an insurance company is looking into paying a lot of claims. So I help build, let's say, the reserves, which are put on the financial statements as liabilities that will be paid out. So a day in an actuary's life is not always the same. There are always new problems, new risks that are rising each and every day. So how I came about the career choice was that my math teacher said, like, I'm pretty good at math. And then from there, he was like, maybe you should look into doing either physics or to become an actuary in the future. There's so many measurements of risk that you can go into, but the basis of everything, we start on a statistical ground. So we follow, let's say, we build a lot of databases with a lot of information from different sources. So it can be Stats Canada. Let's say we are measuring the interest rate risk. So we look at how volatile has it been through the years. And by volatility, we're saying if we create an expected value, how much are we deviating each year from that expected value? So we can be in different industries. So especially most of the people who know us are in the insurance business, pensions, retirement. So the other side will be health benefits. And then we also have some people who are in the audit firms because they also help the accountants to measure the risk that has been measured by other actuaries and to validate that for auditors. So we also have some people who are in more like what we call non-actuarial. It's non-standard actuarial work that we do sometimes. So you have people who work for Google, right? So for us, let's say one of the guys who help build like the Google search engine to be faster was an actuary. So they were using statistical like formulas to come up with what your mind is probably thinking in the next second. I know previously we could take any degree in university, but then all you needed was to do actuarial exams. But more as the profession is becoming more and more known, it is more advisable to do actuarial science in university and then take the exams so that you have a basic understanding of what you're about to face. Because university, to tell the truth, does not really make people ready for the actuarial exams. It's more to help you just understand maths from the basis, and then you'll be able to understand higher level statistics. We have like what we call our preliminary exams. So that's a statistical exam, a probability one, and a financial mathematics exam. So these exams, you can take them with two bodies in North America. So we have the CAS, which is the Casualty Actuarial Society, or SOA, which is the Society of Actuaries, where you can sign up for the exams. So the normal career path will be normally to start in as an actuarial intern. Let's say building internships while you're university is a very good thing, because one of the statistics that bothers me a lot is people of color get to know about actuarial science way further into their life than than other people, which then makes them have a delay in progressing within the actuarial field. So whoever's watching and wants to be an actuary, like I would say, you start looking for internships as soon as you're in university. Even if you're in first year, apply. And what that helps do is also put out your name out there. So let's say you apply during first year and you don't have exams, but then in the second year you have taken one exam and you have passed. What that helps human resources to see is your progression, because that your name has already been seen before with no exam. Now it's got an exam. And that's the type of career progression we're looking for. Normally, once you've been an intern, then you become an analyst if you're hired full-time. Then from an analyst, you become a senior analyst. And then you become, you can have so many other choices after that. Like you can go managerial route, or you can become an expert advisor. So that those are the different paths that people can take. And a lot of people are usually limited into the actuarial field, but the more you get into actuarial companies, you see that there are so many places that the exams teach you to be in. So you don't necessarily have to keep on restricting yourself to be just an actuary. You can be in the human resources side, and you're doing statistics for them to see when is the best time to hire, and how many calls are we getting, let's say if we're in the claims department, how can we maximize that? So those are the different areas that we can get into. Definitely we have a lot of room to grow. And just like in any other field, I think so. People need to keep spreading their wings out. Do not think or relate your job just to what you have learned only, but think on how it can impact other areas of the different business you are. A lot of times as actuaries, we are not very social human beings. And it's something that our Casualty Actuarial Society and the Society of Actuaries are trying to work on by helping us wanting to present more, and also having the soft skills of connecting with people, trying to talk a lot with others. Because a lot of times is that our brains sometimes think faster than how we're speaking. And we end up confusing the people who are our clients. So a lot of times it comes more as if, like we're just pushing away people. And at the same time, it's more like they cannot really comprehend or understand why someone does not understand what they're understanding. But we have done so much work in terms of doing exams and also studying that we have come to know this concept. Right. So a lot of times when you're explaining things to people, you just have to understand that not everyone is at your level, and always assume that, like you're explaining it for the first time. So one thing that I notice, and I usually try to encourage people, especially let's say a lot of people go to a church setting, or whichever denomination of faith they go to, or whatever religion they're in. I would say put yourself up front to do a lot of presentations so that you get comfortable with explaining concepts to different types of people.
Right.
You know, don't shy away from moments where you can educate. And one of the good things that I always say is that you need to fail fast most of the time. So that's how a lot of the people that you see that have gone far have gotten to where they are. It's because they failed so fast, because knowledge is not something that is stagnant. It's something that's perpetual. Right. So we can never reach an ultimate moment where we know all. So we're always constantly learning, and because you fail, it means you are trying to learn.
Right.
So most of the time, always take that step back to see where you failed, what lessons you take from there, so that you do not do that again.
No.
We have like our Casualty Actuarial Society and Society of Actuary. Those are like exam-based ones. And the other one that I'm part of is the International Association of Black Actuaries. So we are trying to promote more people of color to be actuaries, not necessarily Black. It's open to all. So all these societies help us with that. But also what I try to do a lot is to mingle with accountants, finance people, because at the end of the day, like, these are some of the people that I'm presenting my work to, and trying to understand their framework and how they're thinking or how they relate to things is a good thing. What I would tell them is that, be prepared to see that you're not always gonna be number one at everything. So a lot of times what crushes people, especially in university, is because they're coming from different high schools, right, where your ego has been pampered up to say, you're the best at this, you're the best at this. And it's a lot of humbling experiences in university when it comes to the exams, because they are not easy. And they are not one of those where you say you're not going to sleep tonight, you're going to cram everything. And that's one of the biggest misconceptions, because a lot of times when you see people, even if you're not an actuary, cramming is not good for you, because you're just opening yourself up to not learning the basics of what you're being taught. And a lot of people who cram, they just know how to do their task well.
Okay.
But what I would want to envision is more people who, instead of just being problem givers, because a lot of people are so good at pointing out problems, is that before you speak out a problem, try to ask yourself what solution you have, so that, it starts to develop your critical thinking skills. And, that will help you in so many jobs. And also it will also show initiative of yourself of trying to solve the problems. I just wanted to say thank you for the platform you're doing, and continue. It's a great thing that you are trying to open up different careers to people. And I think this is going to help quite a lot of people. And one of my passions definitely is to see people of color in boardrooms making decisions that impact our communities. We will never get to the top just by ourselves.
Yes.
People need to understand that. So one of the things of how to get to the top of a company is the people below you might vote for you, or the people at the top will look for you and vote for you.
Definitely.
So definitely when you are building your career, no matter in which profession you are in, learn, to to live or coexist with your fellow teammates.
Yeah.
You know, always have a helping hand, but at the same time, don't be a I know everything type of person, because you resent a learning opportunity.
Definitely.
Because there's so many ways to skin a cat.